swords clash as men and women obsessed with reliving the past meet on the battlefield. They are living as Vikings and Saxons used to at Old Sarum, an ancient fort in England. These people aren't just satisfied with reading history books. When they put on their armour, they become like real warriors. So what makes them go to such extremes?
I decided to be a Viking because I've had a long interest in history and wargaming and warfare, really. And I met someone a few years ago who pointed me in the right direction. Somebody handed me one of the weapons and I grinned. And then I haven't looked back.
I got into this because of my love of history, and it's just a good way of dressing up at the weekends.
This is a controlled environment, and it's so we can play fight. It's a bit of a game, it's nice to win, but when it boils down to it, we want to do it again, so we try not to hurt each other. We're very conscious of safety.
These people are called reenactors. They show modern visitors how their ancestors used to live about 1,000 years ago.
We've set up a Viking village, both for firstly our own entertainment, because it's what we like doing, but we're trying to bring history to life to members of the public and educate them and entertain them at the same time, because we all feel that history is fun and enjoyable.
Each person takes on the role of a character from the Dark Ages.
I'm actually a Saxon. Within the Viking society, we have Saxons, Vikings, even Celts. It's a period that I've always been interested in, and it's just a way of carrying on that interest. Sort of, rather than just reading, you can be it. You live the life rather than just read it or watch it on the telly.
The reenactors perform ancient stories called the Norse sagas.
Scotland! I got into it because it's fun. Get to travel around the country, meet lots of interesting people, hit them with swords. You get a lot of exercise out of it, a lot of personal satisfaction. Until adventure! I don't have any problem myself changing from character back into modern personality. I find it easy to compartmentalise my life, so I change back. But there are some people I know that do seem to take it a bit far. They stay in costume all the time, or maybe just a part of the costume. There was some woman I knew years ago who would always insist on wearing her Viking shoes.
The people here are determined to make their medieval camp as authentic as possible. Even the children become historical characters.
It's just loads of fun. We get to dress up. I mean, okay, you do have to make your own clothes, but that's fun as well. And the kids all have a whale of a time. As you can see, all the children are playing, and everybody just has so much fun. It's a great way to spend a weekend, to be honest.
As a blacksmith, I'm one of the few craftsmen who makes his own tools and pretty much everybody else's tools as well. Blacksmith's tools have not changed since the Bronze Age. They've always been like this. Viking tools are the same as modern smith's tools. I enjoy the camaraderie, the friendliness, because you sit round a fire in the evening, eat great food, chat and relax.
I like the history associated with the Dark Ages. To me, they're not as dark as what everyone thinks they are. I've always enjoyed British history, but I wanted to know what the Vikings were about, and I found this group and I enjoy it.
Things may look peaceful in the camp, but the Vikings and Saxons are always ready to fight. They put on their helmets, take up their weapons, and march to the battlefield. No longer 21st century accountants, builders or shopkeepers, but fierce warriors in a bloody war.